Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Is it a validation for a lot of the hard work you've been putting in behind the scenes, a lot of the geeking out on training and equipment?
Yeah, no doubt. I think a lot of people picked up on that at the end of my video that I made. I was talking about, some of these weird equipment choices that I make, and it's not just for Unbound. It's been for multiple races, like Leadville last year. I ran a drop bar bike, and I've been running mountain bike tires for gravel races for a while now, and no doubt there's a lot of people that think some of the weird equipment choices I make are dumb, or I'm paying too much attention to my equipment, or I just need to focus on my training, which I already focus a ton on my training. If you look at most of my channel, that's what most of my channel is dedicated to. But when a good, I said this at the end of my video, but a good result doesn't necessarily prove anything to me, because amazing riders get great results all the time with suboptimal equipment. It's usually the same suboptimal equipment that everyone else in the race is using, so it doesn't really prove anything. And also, you can have a good or bad day on suboptimal equipment or optimal equipment. It doesn't necessarily mean it was the equipment that did it. But for a lot of people, I know that a result speaks for itself. So I was happy to get it done, especially putting out the bike video before the race and making such a big deal about how this was aero tested and all of this. It really came together nicely there.
Because was there a danger, maybe even in the back of your mind, that insecurity voice that crops up for all of us from time to time, saying that, Dylan, this is your gig now. You're the guy who puts out the videos around shaving, excess pieces off tires. Mm-hmm. And when the real racing comes, when it comes to the final, you're just not there. You're just not good enough. And then this result quietens that voice and said, shut up. Like, I'm a bike racer and the other stuff is the extra, not the opposite way around.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I'm competing at a level where I'm obviously not the best racer there. I'm not the most genetically gifted racer in the Lifetime Grand Prix by a long shot. And the way that I've always thought about this is I'm gonna give myself every advantage that I can to be as high up as I possibly can be. And I know that, putting mountain bike tires on your gravel bike is not going to make you go from 25th place to first place, obviously. But I think I don't know, that's sometimes what people, I don't want to say that's what people expect, but there's always comments like, oh, well, if your bike is so supposedly optimized, like, why are you never on the podium? So it is a little bit of validation for sure.
If you could come 10th, you can win the race.
What's that?
If you could come 10th place, you can win the race. Like, yeah. Lachlan is not genetically the best rider in that group either.
I agree. I think that both Lachlan and Chad, like, they really played that move very smart. They recognized what was going on in the pack. They recognized that riders were not willing to work. There was a lot of playing games. The group was not very cohesive. Both of them recognized that. Both of them made a very smart move to go off the front, and we continued to play games with each other. And I think that two of the smartest bike racers in the race won. And this is no knock on Lachlan and Chad, but I think it was two of the smartest bike racers, not necessarily two of the strongest bike racers that day.
If you enjoyed this conversation, please click up here. There's another video I know that you're absolutely going to love. Click over here and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our amazing upcoming guests.